The title of my speech is The Stock Market, Enacting Change by Including All Voices. Nowadays, most people want to stop forests from being destroyed, heat levels from rising in the atmosphere, resulting in melting ice caps, driving entire cities of millions of people to become sunk underwater, and making millions of those people climate refugees, people who have run away because their entire habitats have been destroyed, and millions of species from being driven to the brink of extinction by the destruction of their natural habitats. One of the many ways people try to enact change in those companies is by gathering up in groups of hundreds and asking citizens from entire cities to sign their petitions that kindly ask companies and businesses to change the way in which they operate. Sadly, this has been done thousands of times with zero success, seeing as to how companies haven't drastically changed the way that they operate. Now, what happened was a lot of time and money was invested into those ecological protests and stuff to no success, sadly. But there is one way in which people can efficiently drive companies to change the way in which they operate, and that is the stock market, which is a huge market that gives citizens, every citizen, the option to buy and sell chunks of companies. What those shares are basically companies which needed to raise capital, thereby they issued chunks of of itself to be traded by citizens in order to raise money used for expanding said business. Now, depending on the public opinion of a company, people can want to really buy a share, driving its price up because its demand has risen a lot, or people would like to sell all of their shares and nobody would like to buy, thus driving the share price very low. Now, at the moment, share price is driven by investors who are looking to get into companies that can offer them a big return on the money that they invested. And that's totally fine. That's how the world works. But what isn't taken into consideration is the fact that these share prices could be affected by people who want big businesses to change the way that act and reduce their the amount of pollution and the way in which they exploit wild territories by selling or short selling stocks, which is basically borrowing a share and selling it, and then you buy it later after the price has gone down. I think that this is a very good option, but it hasn't been used in ecological groups at the moment because either people don't know about it yet or they don't see how a share price could force a company to change. Well, the way in which share prices make businesses drastically change is if a share price goes down by a lot. The board of directors, which are the people who own big chunks of the company, big chunks of shares, can change the people in the top positions, such as the CEOs, CFOs, and other administrators of the company, or drastically reduce their paycheck in order to get the share price back up. And those people will be forced to invest in ways of turning their business towards the ecological sides, towards the green sides, and operating in a way that affects the environment a lot less. This is very good because it allows people like you and I to act together and force companies to change, thus having a direct impact on the future of our planet and the future of the other billions of species that we co-inhabit it with, besides humans.